The sneaky part of this story is that the state of Georgia did not write a check to Kirby Smart, did not drop public money straight into the football facility budget, and did not suddenly decide to fund the SEC arms race. That is not what happened here. What happened may be even bigger over time. The state put $325 million into the Dreams Scholarship Program in the amended FY 2026 budget, and according to Governor Brian Kemp's office, that money is meant to endow the first need-based scholarship program of its kind in Georgia history. According to UGA Today, those matching endowment funds are designed to help cover essential college expenses for undergraduates with financial need after other aid is applied. That is not a football line item. It is something deeper. It is a power move for the institution itself. And that matters because Georgia football does not exist in a vacuum. Recruits do not choose a helmet floating in space. Families do not send their sons to a logo. They send them to a university. According to the Board of Regents policy, institutions in the university system of Georgia must not use Fund 100,000 state appropriations on athletics, so if anybody tries to tell you this is direct state money for football, that is sloppy. It is not. But the flip side is where this gets interesting. When the state makes the flagship university more affordable, more stable, and more attractive, the athletic ecosystem feels it anyway. A stronger university sells better in living rooms. A more accessible university plays better with parents. A campus with upward momentum makes every pitch from football to track to baseball sound more convincing. That is why this number jumps off the screen. $325 million, not for one locker room, not for one recruiting class, not for one scoreboard, for the long-term pull of UGA as a destination. According to UGA Today, the Dreams proposal is built to complement hope by helping students with essential expenses after other aid is applied. That matters because can I afford to be there is one of the oldest recruiting questions in America, even when nobody says it out loud. Football recruiting is emotional, but it is also practical. The same school that can show elite training, national exposure, and NFL development now gets to operate inside a university that can say to in-state families, the state is investing heavily to make this place more reachable. That is not a minor detail. That is leverage. And UGA already had momentum before this. According to UGA Today, Georgia received nearly 48,000 applications for the class of 2029, up about 12% year over year, with an overall acceptance rate of 33%. According to the same report, admitted students came from 154 of Georgia's 159 counties, and the intended freshman class was about 80% in-state. In another UGA Today report, the university received more than 47,860 first-year applications for fall 2025 and enrolled more than 6,200 first-year students. This is what institutional gravity looks like. The school is already pulling harder, so when the state adds a scholarship endowment of this size, it is not trying to rescue a weak brand. It is pouring fuel on an engine that is already running hot. Now connect that to football, and the connection is indirect but real. Georgia is selling recruits more than rings and NIL. It is selling one of the strongest public university brands in the South. According to UGA Today, UGA has been ranked a top 20 public university by U.S. News for 10 straight years. According to another UGA report, the university is posting nearly 95% first-year retention, a 90% six-year graduation rate, and 95% placement for the class of 2024. When a parent sits across from Georgia's staff, that is part of the pitch whether the conversation says it plainly or not. The message becomes, if football works out, great. If it does not, this institution is still powerful. That matters in a portal era, in an NIL era, in a trust era. And let's be honest about the modern game. The football machine still needs its own cash. Georgia has that too.
According to UGA Athletics, the FY 2026 athletic budget was approved at $223 million, up nearly 16% from the FY 2025 budget of $192,700,000. According to the Board of Regents, Georgia also secured approval for a $56 million football complex expansion funded by UGA Athletic Association funds, supported by gifts and private donations, not state appropriations. According to board documents, that project adds 2 new full-size natural turf fields, a partial synthetic field, support buildings, and added parking near Butts Mere. So Georgia is already handling the direct athletics side the Georgia way: internal money, private money, donor money, brand money. What the state is doing with Dreams is strengthening the other half of the equation, the university shell around the football weapon.
That is why this starts to feel dangerous for the rest of the SEC. Georgia is not choosing between brains and ball, it is stacking both. According to UGA's 2025 President's Annual Report, 17 of 19 teams earned at least a 3.0 GPA. Student athletes posted a record 3.27 spring GPA, and UGA won 4 national championships in 2025, pushing the school past 50 total national championships. This is not a campus where athletics are surviving next to academics. This is a campus where the academic side is getting stronger, while the athletic side is already winning at scale. That combination is hard to fight because it sells to coaches, sells to recruits, sells to donors, and sells to the state legislature. There is another layer here that rivals should hate. According to UGA Today, the governor's FY 2027 proposal also included $34.5 million for Phase 4 of the Science and Ag Hill Modernization Project and $40 million for major repair and rehabilitation funds, on top of $65.9 million already in the base budget across the university system. That is not a football headline, but it adds to the same perception battle. Families see modernized labs, students see investment, faculty see growth, donors see momentum, recruits notice all of it, even if they never set foot in a research building. Big-time programs recruit on vibe almost as much as vision. A university getting state-backed upgrades and scholarship expansion gives off one unmistakable signal: this place is moving up, not standing still. And the football brand keeps doing its part. According to official Georgia notes, the Bulldogs won back-to-back national championships in 2021 and 2022. According to Georgia's official post-game notes, the Bulldogs captured their 15th SEC title in December 2024 with an overtime win over Texas. According to 24/7 Sports, Georgia's 2025 football recruiting class finished number 2 overall, with the number 1 recruit rank. According to Dawn of the Dog, that same class featured 3 5-star players, tied for the most in the country. So the football operation is already functioning at an elite level. That is what makes this dream story so important. Georgia is not using state scholarship money to build the football program from scratch. Georgia is using broad institutional strength to make an elite football program even harder to dislodge. You can even feel the recruiting logic tightening. If Alabama, Texas, Ohio State, or anybody else walks into a house talking pure football, Georgia can talk football too. Then Georgia can turn the table and talk institution. It can talk affordability. It can talk a flagship with surging applications. It can talk retention, graduation, placement, campus investment, and state support. It can say this program is not hanging off one booster's mood or one collective's sugar rush. It sits inside a university and a state apparatus that are still investing. That does not mean every recruit will care about need-based aid personally. It means the overall sales pitch gets stronger, cleaner, and more parent-proof.
In a lot of homes, that's the difference between great football school and that's where I want my son to be. That is the real headline. Georgia did not just get a scholarship program, Georgia got another layer of insulation, another reason for families to trust the place, another reason for top students to apply, another reason for donors to feel smart backing it, another reason for athletes in every sport to believe they are walking into a university that is expanding, not plateauing. Football will still need talent, development, health, depth, money, and luck. Nobody's saying a scholarship endowment buys third down conversions, but in modern college sports, the biggest programs are not just teams, they are ecosystems, and the state of Georgia just invested $325 million into making UGA's ecosystem stronger. That is why this is not a side story. It is one more brick in the wall of a program that keeps trying to separate from the pack. So here's the question. Does this kind of state-backed university investment become Georgia's next hidden recruiting edge against Alabama, Texas, and Ohio State? Or do you think the impact on football is being overstated? Drop your take in the comments. Hit like if you want more Bulldogs infrastructure and investment breakdowns like this, and subscribe if you want the stories behind the money, the buildings, and the rise of UGA.